time it is. And we excited to be back on. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We thank you for coming and coming to What's the word podcast. Another Getting you another excited edition. Uh, with some stuff that we got to talk about. You know what I mean? Stuff what happened over the weekend, and you already know everything that's transpired. We're gonna give it to you straight. And also, we want you to comment, like, subscribe, everything that we about to what we're gonna tell. And let's get this train rolling. Let's get it. What
Mm.
was going on this weekend, brother? Tell me, bro. Tell me what was the word this weekend, bro.
It's a lot of things that's going on this weekend. I don't know. Should we start NFL? Should we start NBA? Because it's a lot that we could talk about.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Look, we can talk about either or, bro. I got a feeling it's gonna be a little longer episode. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, well, seeming that they are the hot topic, we got to start with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta start talking about them.
Yeah, you gotta. I think it's time to come to that realization that if the Sixers are healthy, they can contend with any team in the East.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a big if.
Hmm
Big if.
it is a big if, but we are seeing that if that big three is playing together, good things can happen. Try to say, Embiid is looking good right now.
Yeah.
Paul George is looking better than ever right now. This is the best I've seen Paul George in a Sixers uniform. I haven't seen. Yeah, that's just me. And Maxi's been balling all season. So then you think, even with Joel getting hurt and PG having that suspension,
Mhm,
VJ got the opportunity to really showcase his skills more and become a better player as well.
mhm,
So I feel like we got a starting five that can really compete with anybody right now.
mhm. Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with you wholeheartedly, bro. I feel like that the 76ers, man, they, when they are together, they hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, lately they've been playing lights out. I mean, they right now we're like on a 3 game winning streak right now.
Yeah.
With Embiid, firing, he dropped what like 20, what like 30 last the other night.
What's up,
Uh,
Elizabeth?
what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? And you got what PJ PG 8, not PG 13 no more, PG 8. What he dropped
Hmm
like 28 and stuff like that. I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like that the Sixers trying to come together, because it's a very important time.
Hold on. You said trying. We're not trying to come together. The Sixers are together. I want you to get that right. Get that right for the people.
Hey, listen, I'm just letting y'all right now. I just letting you know right now he's a diehard Sixers fan. And so yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah though, um, yeah, the Sixers is coming together. They coming together, and but that's what I'm saying. The number one question is if they
Mhm.
stay healthy. And hey, look here. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have no concerns with Tyrese Maxey. I ain't got no concern with VJ. I don't got no concerns with PJ. I ain't got no concerns with the rest of the team. The only one guy I'm concerned about is Joel Embiid. Can he stay healthy? Can he put the points up on a consistent basis? You know what I'm saying? And um, it's been a wild roller coaster with him with the Sixers organization. And
See,
so,
now, I agree with you. The biggest thing with Joel Embiid is health, but you also got to take into consideration that now he has more players that can take a load off of him. As now we don't have to depend on Joel Embiid to score, even though he's gonna score no matter what. But you got
mhm.
other players that can play a role in scoring and take that pressure off of Joel.
Yeah, you're right though. You're absolutely right. And also, I mean, like the way that the team is kind of operated, like kind of like it's structured. It's like it's like they're kind of trying to mix the slow pace with the fast pace.
Hmm.
Meaning, like, Joel is kind of a slow paced guy. You know what I mean? He's not really what he was back in the time when he would just run in off the court and dunking and all kinds of crap. His injuries really deteriorated from the health, and it got calls for him to I want to say I could say decrease in his performance the way that he used to dominate. He don't dominate like he was before.
Hmm.
And then you got VJ in the picture, and you got Tyrese Maxey who's playing like a superstar, and he's special. And and I mean, if they continue to keep this trajectory, you know what I mean, heading into the playoffs, um, I'm not even gonna lie to you, they can be a threat to the Celtics. But I'm not a believer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a believer, but but I can speak reality. I mean, if Embiid can play at a high level and continue to stay healthy, um, and make his minutes, reasonable
Hmm.
and stuff like that. I think they got a good chance to contend with the Knicks, the Cavs, Detroit, in Boston. I believe they
Yeah.
could be a part of that mix. But there's a big if it was they can stay healthy.
All I know is when healthy, the Sixers are the scariest team in the East. Mark my words.
They can be.
No, it's not. It's not a can be thing. They are. The Sixers are the scariest team in the East. There's
I'm,
no team scarier than the Sixers right now.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I think the Celtics is the scariest, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you, man. Them cats on a
See,
mission.
the Celtics are considered the best. I would say the Celtics are the best team in the East. They are the best team. But you don't know what you're getting out of the Sixers, which makes them the scariest. You know what you get out the Celtics.
Explain that a little bit more.
The
You got
Celtics, we've seen the Celtics play together year after year.
right.
Dude, Sixers, you haven't seen Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid really play together. You haven't seen them play together, nor have you seen that starting five play together the whole season.
Yeah, because they all been hurt.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. When healthy, you see what they can do. You see what they can do, but you only seen a small sample size. So that makes them the scariest because you don't know what to expect from the Sixers. There is no double team Joel Embiid because Paul George can get his shot off and Tyrese Maxey can get his shot off. You can't you so you're really you don't know what to do.
So basically, what you trying to say is like if you basically saying that the Sixers is kind of like a pick your poison type of team. That's basically
Yeah,
what you're saying, like an
yeah,
unstoppable team.
yeah. I'm not gonna say unstoppable, but yeah, pick your poison.
Pick your poison. Okay, all right, okay. I mean, I can see that. I can see that. Like I said, I can see that. But the number one question is, can they stay healthy and can they be consistent? You know what I mean? I hope they can. I mean, but history has shown that they can. So I mean, um, we just gonna have to see. You know what I mean? Because how many games left in the season? Like 10.
Yeah, I think so.
You
Around it's
know,
around there.
they're trying to like get to that 6 seed. They like a game behind the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks is 42-33. Philly 41-33. Sixers play tonight against the Heat, and then the Hawks play today. Play it later on tonight against the Celtics.
Mhm.
Then you know what I mean. So they got a chance to get that 6 seed. Then they got a chance to go get that 5th seed against Toronto. I mean, at Toronto, because Toronto currently got that, and Toronto Raptors they're 42-32. So they're kind of like 2.5 games behind, 3.5 games behind. So that's what I'm saying. It's a possibility that they can move up to the 5 seed by the end of the season. I mean, yeah, I mean, they eventually gonna have to see him. They're gonna have to eventually gonna have to see him. I mean, they probably want to see him in the first round, but they're gonna eventually have to see him. You know, and probably the second or the third. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So about the NBA expansion. So we just got word with last week that NFL NBA owners was voting, and they voted on the expansion on two teams in two different cities to expand the game. One is in Las Vegas, and the other one is in Seattle. And it's supposed to be um a really I know they've been talking about expanding for a while, especially in Las Vegas. They was talking about bringing back the Seattle Supersonics team. You know what I mean? Like the team back in the day, like bringing back the name of
Mm-hmm.
it. But I mean, yeah, the owners voted, and it was unanimous, and they said that the process is supposed to start beginning of the 2028 or 2029 season. So
Mm-hmm.
pretty soon, actually, about another 2 years. So no, I think this is real good. You know, and I think this is real good. I think the NBA definitely need more teams.
Mm-hmm.
Um I think a little bit is more. I think a little bit more the NBA, but the WNBA more than the NBA. But I still think this is a good um way to build the brand of the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, with other cities and stuff like that. Just creating different things. And so it's
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like it's pretty good. I really hope that they the way that they expand the NBA, I hope they expand a lot more with WNBA because WNBA is definitely is what everybody watching a lot now. And and WNBA is definitely exciting. They got wonderful women, and women that's really know how to play ball, that be exciting, and I believe that they deserve to be in the spotlight too. You know what I mean? Because they play like that they uh that they should be in that type of spotlight. So I just hope that the NBA can do the same thing with the WNBA as well, expand more. But this is a nice trend in the right direction, though. Absolutely.
Mm. Yeah, well, as far as the NBA, I think that is a good move to expand. I mean, I can't see it being a bad thing because now you're giving more, you're making more teams, making it more competitive. And then
Yeah.
you always see like a lot of people that's not on rosters, a lot of players that's in the G League that should be in the NBA. So now
Right.
it gives them a better opportunity to make a roster. As far as the WNBA, I know that they're expanding some teams into the WNBA. I
Mhm.
think it's going to be a longer process though, only because of funding. But
Mhm.
WNBA is definitely exciting. I think right now, college basketball, women's basketball is really more exciting than the WNBA right now, in my opinion. I think I watch more college basketball women's as of right now.
Mhm. I mean, yeah, you probably still watch because March Madness. That's why.
Yeah, March Madness, but I actually like some of the college players better than the WNBA players.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I probably know more of the young WNBA players than the older.
Well, yeah. Well, you mean like Candace Parker and stuff like that?
Yeah, like I of course I know
Mm.
like the legends like Candace Parker or like a Aja Wilson. Like
Yeah.
I know them, but
Mhm.
I know more of like the Caitlin Clarks and the Paige Beckner. Like I know more of those
Okay,
than
got you.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the new ones, like the new people, like the new one that just came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you on that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like that. The expansion, with bringing two more teams inside the NBA will be more competitive too. It's
Yeah.
gonna be more exciting. Also generate more money.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You know what I'm
and they're
saying?
supposed to be bringing a women's basketball team to Philly. So
I heard about that.
yeah, that should be exciting too. I'm definitely gonna catch some games.
Oh, bro. Oh, absolutely. We want to cover some stuff
Yeah,
on the Word Podcast. Word Podcast going to cover some women basketball. Cause
yeah.
I want y'all to comment if y'all want us to do that. If y'all want us to do that, we'll do it.
Mhm.
Absolutely. But yeah, absolutely. You know, yeah, it's I like the way that the NBA is doing it because, but at the same time, I feel like that they're doing it too because of what the NFL doing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? With the NFL, they're expanding with a broader audience, an
Mhm.
international audience. Now they
Yeah.
don't have to like get another team or anything like that on another city, but they're bringing their league to other countries. And
See, see, now that's why I kinda like I agree, but I kinda disagree because I feel like the NBA give international players more of a chance to make it to the league than the NFL. You don't see a
I
lot of
believe that.
international. You feel me? Like you don't see a lot of international players make it in the NFL. Like
I
they got the programs and all that, but you see a lot of international players make the NBA.
Yeah,
Some of
yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, you look at was Luka
Luca,
Doncic,
Luca, you got
Jokic.
Nikola, yeah, Jokic. Like a lot of the top players is international.
No,
So
yeah, you're right. No, you're right though. Yeah, you're right though. Yeah, it's kind of like they kind of like with the NBA, they kind of give them more of a chance. You know
yeah.
what I mean? More of a chance to like embrace in their league. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And so, yeah, that's pretty. Yeah. I kind of understand that. You know what I mean? I think but versus the NFL, I feel like it's kind of hard to get into that league. Because I mean, I think where they at the NFL, they just want to build. They just want to expand their product, expand their league to the international stage.
Hmm.
Like just show like Brazil or London football because of the fan base international. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? I think it's more of like a business type way within the NFL versus the NBA, where they how like when they have like summer leagues and stuff like that, and they go
Hmm.
out of the country like Dubai and all that,
Hmm.
and they bring other people, they bring other players that's down there, and they play together and all that type stuff.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, they're more like I think the NBA is more like a community type
Yeah.
international type like league versus the NFL, which is still the NFL cool, but I feel like the NFL is just like they know that they're big, they know that they're huge, they're like the biggest, if not no, they're the biggest in a football league in the world. They already know that, so they want to expand more. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I mean, but they gotta be business
no country.
because a lot of people don't have football. When you start looking at different countries and all that, everybody
Yeah,
doesn't have football. A lot of places have basketball though. That's why I feel like when it comes to having a chance, the NBA offers a better chance.
yeah, you're right though.
Yeah. But let's switch over. Let's switch over to football.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's talk about I seen Howie Roseman kind of shut down those rumors about AJ Brown getting traded.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And let me tell you this. It wasn't just Howie Roseman.
Hmm.
I actually did some research today. Now listen up, people. I know everybody was talking about AJ gonna leave, AJ gonna do this, they gonna do that. Oh yeah, shout out to you. We love you too. Thank you. I appreciate it. We love you too. Make sure you share this and share it, comment and everything. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear everything. I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear what's on your mind and everything, so we can talk about it. But yeah, back to the to topic. So basically, you want me to read it for you?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So basically, uh, they had the general manager meeting down in Arizona for the past like 2 days or something like that,
Hmm.
and basically every question that the every question that
The
what you call it,
reporters.
Yeah, the reporters were saying they basically um Howie basically shut it down.
Yeah,
He literally said that he is a member of the Eagles, and that's it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He's gonna be a member of the Eagles. Uh, um, um, any other speculation and everything? I know you know Derek Gunn.
Hmm.
You know Derek Gunn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also an insider. But he also used to play with the Eagles, so he know the stuff all around. And basically, he was saying the same thing. Basically, he was like that the Eagles love AJ Brown. They don't want to let him go. They shot because they thought that they was going to get something that was going to
Hmm.
that was going to get like it was going to get something that they can't offer, they couldn't refuse. And he said, obviously, whatever the offers and rumors that have been out there, it hasn't been good enough to the Eagles to make the move for AJ Brown. And um and so he said that AJ Brown is well respected and beloved in Philadelphia, and he feels the same way with the Eagles organization as well.
Hmm.
And so yeah, so it was kind of like a stamp that um that he believes Derek Gunn believe that he will be an Eagle in 2026. And so and then also it was also I was also looking up um it was an interview with actually the vice president of the New England Patriots.
Hmm.
The New England Patriots. He was on the show called Up and Adams. You
Hmm.
heard of that Up and Adams? Yeah. So with Kate Adams, and she basically asked a question about AJ Brown, and he basically said that they kind of moved on from it. He said there hasn't been any conversations about the Eagles in a long time.
Hmm. Okay.
And, yeah, in a long time. And right now they're not in the mentality of getting AJ Brown.
Okay. Well, I mean, it seems like AJ Brown's gonna be staying the Eagle. The only thing I don't like, I wish AJ, I mean, how he could have really shut down these rumors if he would have been like, AJ Brown's gonna be an Eagle forever, or AJ Brown. Like I feel like saying AJ Brown is an Eagle leaves like a lot of questions. Saying like it's like saying AJ Brown's the Eagle for now. You feel
Right.
me? It's like it's not like really solidifying, but it's like doing enough to show that you're showing support for AJ.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, I understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? Because like when people say, "All right, we're not letting go of Miles Garrett." Miles Garrett is our guy. He's the face. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
But at the same time, Howie is like I kind of understand what he's coming from because you just never know.
yeah,
You
you're
know
right.
what I
You
mean?
do.
Because something can happen in June 1st that a whole other team can offer AJ Brown that Howie can't refuse. And then if he say this before it even happened and it happened, the fans gonna be like, okay, I'm confused. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought he was gonna stay here regardless. Either a team was going to give you an offer, whether big or small. You get what I'm saying? Because you said that. You know what I mean? I feel like that they're kind of like careful with their words because they don't want to say anything that's like that. That if they say it, they might come back to haunt them.
No,
You
you're
know what
right,
I'm
but
saying?
that's why I wouldn't have said anything at all. I would have just been like, I'm not addressing anything about AJ Brown and left it at that, rather than saying AJ Brown's an Eagle because saying he's an Eagle is good, but is it enough?
And it's
I
gonna have to be enough.
hey,
It's gonna have to be enough.
hey, I mean, I think it's good. It's a good thing. It's a good sign in the right direction. They going in the right direction right now, but I'm just saying it does leave room to see he could go somewhere else. It's not a closed door all the way. It's like it's a little crack in it.
I mean, well, when you look at Howie and what he said, he was basically saying that you know basically, we're not shopping. He said he basically we're not shopping for AJ Brown. But
Mhm.
if somebody's going to give them an offer that they literally like mind blowing, like that, like damn, like that's crazy. You gonna give me all this for just one player? You get what I'm saying? Like you can't say no to that. You feel what I'm saying?
This is agree
Especially
though.
it depends on the situation that you in. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. If they getting you all this stuff just for one player, you know what I mean. That's kind of hard to really,
It
decline.
is. It is
You
hard to
know?
decline, but let's just say put Saquon in that situation. You're declining it.
Oh hell yeah.
You feel me? So it's like if AJ is as good as he is, a top player, a top five player on a in the NFL, shut it down.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I just thought about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. If somebody call, say if I was a GM, now
Mhm.
people y'all probably think I'm crazy or y'all probably think the same way. But my man probably think the way what I'm about to say, he think I might be crazy. But anyway, but say if I'm the GM and I get a call with the Detroit Lions, right? I
Mhm.
get Charles like they say, hey, yo, Manny, we're willing to let go of Jameer Gibbs if you give us Saquon Barkley. Oh, you must believe I'm going to take Gibbs. Absolutely. Would you do that?
It's kind of hard to say.
Well,
It's
you would at least think about it, correct?
I would think about I think talent wise, yeah. Talent wise, yeah. I'm thinking money wise, I don't know.
Well,
Because
I mean,
Gibbs is gonna be the highest paid running back.
I
He's
mean,
gonna
well, Saquon is right now.
yeah, Saquon is right now, but we're not gonna give Saquon another contract for him to be the highest paid running back. You feel me?
Y'all know that.
So if we was to trade and get Gibbs, Gibbs is gonna be making more money than Saquon.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll say for example, say if they call you, they say, hey, look, we really want Saquon. You know what I mean? Whatever situation you got. Now, say if Gibbs was under contract, he just signed a new deal, right? A brand new deal, right? He signed
Hmm.
a brand new deal. He got 4 year deal, and he's only 1 year in of that deal, right? So say they change their mind, they're like, okay, yo, we want to let Gibbs go, but we're willing to pay half of the contract.
Well, realistically, that's not gonna happen.
That's not. I mean, realistically, that's not going to happen.
But
But I'm just saying. I'm just saying in general, like they sweeten the pot. You feel what I'm saying? Like I
no,
know
but
it's not going to happen. But I'm just saying.
yeah, realistically, they're not getting rid of Gibbs. Realistically,
I know realistically, but
so,
I'm just saying as a point though. I'm just
like,
saying as is a point though. Like if I'm able to be in a position to get a 24. How old
yeah,
is Gibbs? He
but it's
young.
not gonna happen. That would never happen.
I,
Yeah,
that's what
you
I'm
know,
telling you. But you can never say never. That's what
no,
I'm
no, no,
telling you. That's what
no,
I'm
no.
telling you.
That would never happen. That is a situation that you made up that would never happen in a million years.
Yeah, I made it up. But like I'm saying, like you just never know.
No,
You just never know.
I know that's like saying the Seahawks is gonna trade Jackson Smith and Jigma for AJ Brown. Like it just doesn't make no sense.
It don't make no sense, but that's how GMs do
No,
sometimes.
no GMs go that crazy.
Well, look at the GM for the Giants letting go of Saquon.
No, yeah, they let him go, but Saquon also wanted to be let go. Saquon did want to be there. He did want to get that contract done, but after a while, Saquon wanted to go.
Yeah, but why'd you let him go to Philly out of all places?
No, they didn't let him go to Philly. Saquon chose to go to Philly.
Well, I mean, I know it's not. I know it's not like it's not reality. It's not real. You get what I'm saying? But my point, but basically, what my point was is like you just never know what a team gonna offer you just by that one player because you just never know because a team can be a one wide receiver away from making over the hump. You know what I mean? Or something
Mhm.
like that, and they're willing to make that sacrifice in order to get it. Like for example, like what's was transpired with AJ Brown. I think they had a list of the teams he preferred to go to. Right. I think it was Kansas City, the Chargers, New England, and Buffalo. Yeah, I think those were the four teams. Three out of those four teams, once they heard about Howie's price, they said, "Oh no, we're not doing that." Right?
Hmm.
No, we're not doing that. Literally recently, the vice president, the VP, or whoever that runs in charge of the New England Patriots, basically said that it's been a long time. We talk about AJ Brown, we moved past him. Basically, they're saying that like Howie was his name Elliot Wolf. Go read and go read Elliot Wolf. He's the guy that was speaking about the AJ Brown situation and is part of the New England Patriots organization. But he was saying that like we moved on. We basically moved on from him. We on to another like trajectory because Howie is like you know he's asking too much.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is that he's asking too much because low key Howie ain't trying to let him go.
Okay, so I want you to keep that thought right there. So if every team that had interest basically saying it's too much, why not just shut down the rumors completely and say AJ Brown is going to be a Philadelphia Eagle for the rest of the contract? Why just say he's an Eagle and not really shut it all the way down? If
Because during
everybody's
that
already
time, because during that time, people was interested.
no, but
Teams
we
were
talking about right
interested.
now. Right now, he recently said that.
What Reese said was,
He recently said that AJ Brown was the Eagle. That was
yeah,
recent.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
saying,
Literally yesterday.
why didn't yeah? So I'm saying, why didn't he just shut it down altogether?
Probably because he realized that he's not gonna get what he wanted.
No, I'm
And
saying, but
as a
he didn't shut it
result,
down though.
huh?
Shutting it down to me would be like AJ Brown is and will remain a Philadelphia Eagle. You can't just say AJ Brown is a Philadelphia Eagle. That doesn't shut nothing down. Devontae Smith is a Philadelphia Eagle. Jalen Hurts is a Philadelphia Eagle. You can go all the way to the backups. Freaking Elijah Moore is a Philadelphia Eagle. It doesn't mean that they can all still be tradable. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, they all
But
can
when
still
you,
be tradable.
but when you say somebody is an Eagle and is going to remain an Eagle, that means they're untouchable. Nobody wants them. That's all I'm saying. If nobody wants them because the price tag is too high, shut it all down. Get confidence from your in your receiver.
But there's no point. There's no. But the thing about it is, they probably at a point where they're really tired of talking about it because everybody's talking about it, and it's like we basically said that we're we're not. We basically saying that we're not trading AJ Brown, but people are really like placating on what they're actually like talking about or trying to read between the lines of what they think they're saying to try to justify that there's a chance that he might get traded. You feel me? So after a while, you be like, all right, there be another report, another report, another report, another report, and you know in your mind that you're not letting him go, but the reporters is constantly talking about it. Eventually, you're gonna get tired of it. Like AJ Brown was on. I think it was on the Speakeasy podcast, and they was talking about him literally almost the whole show. And he said, y'all gotta chill, just give it a break, because
Mhm.
those people were tired of it. Like, cause even if they shut it down, they still gonna talk about it. You know,
Yeah.
he like right now, like for example, like Miles Garrett. Like they was talking about him restructuring his contract in a way that is tradable. The GM already said 9 times out of 10, multiple times that he's not gonna get traded. But it's people that still believe that somehow, some way, he might get traded, even though the GM said he not. You know what I'm saying? That he's a Brown, he gonna remain a Brown and all that. So and then people still think that is going to happen. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you
Well,
can't really control what people think.
yeah. Well, we spent a lot of time on this AJ Brown topic. Let's move on from AJ Brown. Let's talk. Let's talk about the new addition that the Eagles made.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, it was oh yeah, so it was reported. Um it was reported that the Eagles signed a new edge rusher um, to the team on a 1 year deal. He's 26 years old. He was a former first rounder, 32 overall pick for the Bucks in 2021.
Hmm.
He spent the first 4 years uh, seasons with Tampa before he signed a 1 year deal with the Cleveland Browns last offseason. He was then traded to Chicago mid through the season. In the 16 total games last year, he had 8 with the Browns, 8 with the Bears, and registered 22 sacks with 1 tackle for loss and a pair of quarterback hits. He appeared in 82 total games with 45 starts, registering 15 sacks with 22 tackles for loss and 36 quarterback hits in his whole entire career. And now he's signing with the Eagles. What do you feel about this? I feel like that this move was basically about edge rusher depth because they definitely need help on that side of the field. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think he's a rotational piece. I don't see him being a star in any way, but I think he can be a rotational piece when anybody else get tired. You bring him in. He's not really the best at getting sacks, but I think he can be good against the run. I mean, he has good size, so hopefully, I think we got a great D line coach. We'll see if he can really help him tap into his potential.
Yeah, absolutely. But then you also got to think about you still got Jalen Hunt in that position as well. So they can, um, maneuver around him and stuff like that. And because I don't think that he's the primary like starter the to the edge rusher position. I think
No,
he's
definitely
everyone
not.
with that. I know they've been trying to get the guy Jonathan Grant. What's his last name?
All right.
Um yeah, Gennard,
Yeah,
yeah, from Minnesota Vikings trying to trade him and stuff like that. I know they were then trying to get him. Um, I think if they try to get him, I think he's going to be the guy, like the starter guy. Uh,
yeah. I mean, this
Arthur
guy
Taylor.
is just a backup. He's not going to be the star guy. I mean, a lot of people that we've signed in depth didn't even touch the field last year, so we'll see if he's able to make a splash during training camp to see if he can have the chance to really showcase his talents.
Yeah, like Elijah Moore and Hollywood Brown. They both basically fighting for that wide out position. And
Hmm.
so, like I said, yeah, it's going to be a battle. You know what I mean? But it's all about who won it more, who won it most.
Yeah, but I think at the receiver position, they got a better chance of touching the field than this guy does.
Mm. Why do you think so?
Because receivers is more. I feel like they're going to really utilize all the receivers because they all different type receivers.
Mm.
And this the guy at edge, even I don't think they're going to like they're going to play him. But again, we signed players last season. The one guy from the Giants, can't think of his name. We signed somebody from the Giants and somebody that was on the Patriots last season, and
Mm.
neither one of them touched the field. They a
Mm.
lot of days on the practice squad. So
Yeah. You talking about uh damn, what's that boy? Hey, was he like a pass rusher or something like that?
yeah,
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I
yeah,
forgot his name. Start with an A, right?
yeah. Aziz.
ZZ, yeah,
Yeah,
and
he
some
he
other
didn't
boys,
touch the
man.
field. You feel
He
me?
did.
He didn't touch the field. So it could be another situation like that. But I
Mm.
guess we gonna have to see. We're gonna have to wait and see. That's what I think. I think he has good potential though. I mean, he was a first rounder for a reason. Hopefully, he can get back to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, I mean, you got the right coach to do it.
Yeah.
Put him in a position to be more productive. You know what I mean? Well, man, yeah. Since we still talking about NFL, let's talk about what has transpired with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Hmm.
It's been a lot of departing from the Tampa Bay Bucks. They lost David retirement, and they lost Mike Evans. But David, he was a real like a strong piece to that defense, a captain, a leader, everything. He was definitely the heart and soul of that defense. And for him to leave, retiring, first of all, congratulations to a great, career and everything like that. Hope nothing but the best for you and your family. But yeah, you call it an end, and so you gotta with all these moves, the subtraction of the Tampa Bay Bucks. Do you feel like Tampa Bay slowly but sure is declining?
Um, I feel like I don't want to say declining because I feel like players can always be replaced. I don't know what they're going to do in the draft yet,
Right.
but I do think that they took a step back for sure. I mean, now, but they drafted Emeka for a reason last season, so I feel like Emeka is going to be their star receiver.
That number one wideout, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go and draft another receiver to go along with him.
Mm-hmm.
They also still got Bucky Irvin, who was a great running back,
Yeah.
and then you still got Chris Godwin. So I feel like they can make something shake with that offense. I think the biggest hit is on the defense because Levante David did play a big role on that defense. He was the captain, his voice, middle linebacker. So it's going to be harder to replace him for sure. But the one thing I will say is the Buccaneers always have a good defense. So that is the one positive about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so you definitely feel like that they ain't make a decline, they just took a step back. So
Mhm.
when you being step back, do you feel like that they're gonna win the division or no?
I don't think they're gonna win a division,
No.
but I wouldn't say that they can't compete for it.
Okay.
I think they'll still have the ability to compete for it. I don't think they're gonna win it though.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Yeah, that's kind of like with me too. I feel like that they can go toe to toe a little bit. But I think, like I said, like Carolina, I think Carolina, I think they're gonna be the one that's gonna take it. I know you said last time the Falcons.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about that, but I mean, I'm talking about the Carolina Panthers. I mean, that defense is no joke.
Mm.
That defense is no joke. I mean, you got question marks with Bryce Young. Can he do it when it counts? You know what I mean? Like on the biggest moments and everything like that. But that's a definitely big question mark. But outside of that, they got the weapons to do it. They got the weapons
Mhm.
to win the division, and they got the weapons to make some noise. You gotta remember this. I mean, Carolina beat the Rams. You know what I'm saying? In the season. Then also they almost beat them in the playoffs.
Mhm.
And so I think if Bryce continued to progress and keep on developing, you know what I mean. Eventually, he's going to get better and better and better. Um, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that he going to turn out to be this, MVP type caliber player. But I'm saying if he, um, you know, continue to develop and be focused and be disciplined, he can make some noise. You know what I mean? He can definitely can make some noise, and especially Carolina. You know
Yeah.
what I
I mean, I could say that the same thing about the quarterback for the Falcons though. For like Michael Penix, if he could be a good quarterback in the league too.
Yeah, I see the potential. I see the potential that he got. You know what I mean? It's just the injuries that keep derailing him.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like no matter what, I feel like that's gonna be a competitive conference
Hmm.
or division. It's gonna be very competitive. So it'll be exciting to see who wins that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely gonna be very competitive. Yeah, I can't wait. You know what I mean? So what's the store for that conference?
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, what else we got on the word, bro? What we talking about?
Hey, well, truthfully, we've been talking a lot. I feel like we actually there is no word to really spread
Uh,
until we touched on everything.
touched on anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, I mean, Yeah, I feel like we touched everything on what transpired, this week, this
Mhm.
weekend and stuff like that. And so we're gonna continue to keep you updated. We're gonna give you the short videos and everything like that. So you gotta get a good tips on what we discussed this live stream. If you haven't tuned in, you know what I mean, give you a little taste of what we talked about this today. And also, also we want to hear from you. We want to hear anything, any topic that you wanted to discuss, anything that's on your mind. We want to talk about it. We want to hear from it and stuff like that. And we're gonna break it down to you. You know what I mean? We're gonna break it down and we're gonna talk about it. And pretty soon it's about to be the draft. And so we got some big plans ahead coming on that. We're gonna have some people on the live discussing about it, and we're going to be doing a whole bunch of things, coming up pretty soon in April, as we about to make this transition back to the NFL season. So, and then also the playoffs. You know what I mean? The playoffs in the NBA. The NBA is season is quickly approaching to the end. So we about to tune up and get ready for this playoff run. And so yeah, so anything that we want to talk about, we would love to hear from you. We want to hear from you. We desire to hear from you. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is just tell us to using our channel. Using our channel, our Instagram, our TikTok. Follow us on all of our social media platform, and trust me, we will get back to you. That's a promise. We will get back to you. And we appreciate this today, and you taking the time out of your day to come hang out with us and join with us on today's episode. And I'm Manny Fresh,
I'm Sean.
and you're listening to the What's Up, What's the Word Sports Podcast by yours truly. And peace and blessings to y'all. And we thank y'all for continued supporting and keep on supporting and keep on sharing. We're growing together.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm out.
Yeah, blessings.